Sharpen my knife just to watch you bleed. All my enemies surrounding me. All my.
What's up, everybody? It's your man Simeon Henderson, aka Mr. Chicago, and I'm on the What's Poppin' podcast with Ogiepop. It's going down. Talking about the movie Win for Losing. It's gonna be a super dope movie.
What's poppin'? You hear me? What's Poppin' podcast with your boy Ogiepop, my beautiful, wonderful guest, Mr. Chicago, Simeon Henderson, in the building. You know, choking on his cigar over there. What's that is?
This right here is a nub, a triple chocolate roasted. Got a little flavor to it. You know, you can sit back, relax, enjoy it. It's not strong, it's medium. You know, I don't smoke weed and marijuana, so my luxury and my go-to is a nice cigar, you know. But when I'm hanging out with you and Bo Simmons, you know, I kind of get a contact.
Anyway, right. So, Simeon, you are definitely in a lot of projects. The list goes and goes and goes. Go Google Simeon Henderson. And the man has an amazing resume when it comes to this acting stuff. I had the pleasure myself to work with you on set. Mm-hmm. I be all over the place. I'm a performing artist. You just tell me to perform, I'm gonna perform for you, because that's what I love to do. But that project there, I had to play a lot more than just pop in, pop out. So I do want to thank you for a lot of the pointers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was dope, you know, getting somebody as seasoned as you to not only be surprised by the potential that I did have, but, you know, to give me, you know, some great tippers. And not only to myself, but you contributed to a lot of the cast members, and that was very dope to have a seasoned artist, actor on set to spark us like that.
It was super cool, man, because everybody, and you know, like you, Cold Hard, and both, all y'all artists, we all artists, right? But the fact that what makes you guys great and makes you guys go to the next level is that ain't no big eyes and little U's. Bo told, we was on set, it felt good. Bo was like, hey, the only person that can say something besides me and Will Gates to the actors is Simeon right now. And I was like, okay, love. But they know that I take this serious. And you know, like I told you, you guys, man, you ask me questions, and if I saw something, I try to give it to you. But these are the same things that people help me with. And my goal is, if I'm a part of a project, to do the best. And not to talk to anybody like I'm better than anybody. No, I've been doing this. I've been putting the work in. I got some skin in the game. So I want to help make it the best. So I'll ask Bo, hey, man, what you think about? So when I'm acting, I'm asking them, what you think about this scene? How did I do in this scene? But then when I'm not acting, now my other hat goes on, and now I can see what you guys are doing and try to give a couple pointers here and there. And it was cool. You know who surprised me? Tony. Tony knows a lot. He can't talk that good, but he know a lot. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm joking. Tony Santos is my man. I'm teasing him because he in there listening to the interview guys.
He did an amazing job.
But these guys, man, the team they pulled together for Win for Losing, man, is dope.
A lot of people are going to be surprised.
Yeah. I wouldn't say surprised. Well, pleasantly surprised. Is this the camera? I'm looking at this. Which one? That's right. Pleasantly surprised. It's one of those things where Shauna was supposed to be in the movie. You guys know the hip hop icon Shauna, and something happened, she couldn't do it, and
she was supposed to be on What's Poppin' podcast too. But
and I told Bo, it was so funny. I told
we love you though, Shauna. We gonna get you one day, maybe, you know. But hey,
I told Bo, I said, man, I got somebody for you, and it's crazy because I was just on another set working with this young lady, and we were talking about
dynamite.
And then, man, I was like, man, I got somebody for you, dude. Don't look no more. You know, and then it turns out that the person that I had for him is Will Gates. Will Gates is connected to her. So, but she came in, China came in, man. She a student to the game. She growing in the game. She came in and slayed it, did her thing.
We talking about China Marie right now.
China Marie.
Talking about Win for Losing, okay? We talking to Simbo right now. Tell us about your character. Tell us about what was so exciting about playing that character. Let's start there.
So
Let's start there.
my character was FBI
Okay.
Perry. Man, it was so cool. Perry he's one of those guys that he's no nonsense, but he's a smart ass. He always cracking jokes. You can see the dynamic between him and Detective Lawson, which is played by China. There's that dynamic where when they started working together,
Is he the bad cop?
Nah, he ain't a bad cop.
Bad cop.
No, not this time. Not this time.
Okay.
He's pretty good. He's about his business, and they have a good connection.
We seen the trailer, and he looked like the bad cop. You heard?
Well, you know.
I'll take the shot right now. I got it.
But he the bad
know what I'm
cop.
saying?
He
Did
about
y'all
to
see the
shoot.
trailer?
He about to shoot the people that's robbing the bank.
Yeah.
So that's a good. So you was the bad guy, sucker.
Hey, look, I'm loco. You hear me? Don't you
This
know
man
I'm
say,
loco?
hey, he say, put the guns down or everybody
Everybody
dies.
dies, bitch.
Hey, Cole Hart's like, wait, what the hell you mean, everybody?
Yeah, that's what it makes me laugh every time I
But
hear
man,
it.
you did your thing, bro.
Thank you.
Like the way you brought the character to life, it's like when we were talking about it, I was like, man,
That all goes to Bo G. Bo Taylor wrote my
Man,
script,
look.
and he knew exactly what he was doing. I guess he had it in his mind who that was going to.
Yep.
And he just made me as electrifying as he thought he could make my character. I guess he knew my energy, my voice,
but
my background.
That's what writers and directors, good writers and directors do. They know, they almost know who they want in that role and how to pull it out of them. And that's what they did.
Well, and that's exactly what he did. Bo wrote an amazing script. He gave me an amazing part. And he made me kill it, pretty much.
Yeah,
That's
he did.
exactly how that worked.
Hey, but check this out. I was just super excited that when it came to fruition, right? I remember when they were doing the auditions. I was just like a special invited guest to come and check it out. And I met Bo, and then I saw Tony, and I already knew Tony, and then we ended up talking, and then that months later, it was time to cast and shoot. And Bo was like, man, I got this role I want you to play, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, let's do it. But you know, people always say that. They always have a part. They always have a movie, but it never comes to fruition. But this brother and his team, he got the right people, and he was like, it's time to go. And on set, it was always time to go.
Bo G, Tony and them guys, Will Gates, these guys are executioners.
Yeah.
They execute. Everything they're doing at Great Nova Cinema Studios, I want to say right now 60% of the Chicago music industry, the videos, the production, there's some kind of way connected to coming to the studio. Everybody's shooting out of the to have a positive, productive place that's professionally, put together and run, and to be a vessel like that to the community of Chicago, you always gonna get that sauce.
And here's the key, man. They finishers. They don't just start it, they finish. And I'm talking about finishing with excellence, whether it's the sound design, whether it's the editing, like getting the posters done, getting at it and making it happen. And I was telling him, I said, man, well, I gotta grab on your coattail just because I'm gleaning from them. And that's what we have to do. I'm looking at how they're doing stuff, and it's making me grow as a producer and a director. Because I'm not just an actor. That's why I want to work with these brothers, because they for real. And when you see what they're doing with Win for Losing, you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. The movie is gonna keep your attention. The story is gonna flow. There's gonna be some twists and turns in there that's gonna make you say, "Man." So I'm excited. I was blessed and honored to be a part of this project.
What's some of your favorite characters in the movie?
Your character, because he is hilarious. Not as hilarious. Boy, when I saw you, I can't say this because I'll be giving the movie away. So, but his character, Cole Hart character was so funny to me.
Y'all gonna laugh.
And I'm gonna say this, guys. Bo G character is funny to me. I mean in a good way, because I know Bo, right? And when I see the role he played in the jail, and the way he's spitting the knowledge to the young cat and how he holding things down, it was so funny to see him go from directing and producing to now he got to be the one in front of the camera. And then
I kind of been used to Bo's are all around creative.
Yeah,
you know?
but that's what I'm
And
saying.
I've
That was
just
my
been
first
used to-
time seeing him get
I've
out
always
like
been
that.
used to that, Bo. If he ain't punch in, punch out, if he ain't rapping, if he ain't, he's doing something, you know,
Yeah.
with all parts of.
And I honestly like China character. I like Dre character. I like the movie, and when I read it, it was so cool. Sometimes you can read a script and you gotta struggle through it. But like when I read the script, I was reading it like I literally kept. I think I called Bo like a day or two later saying I was done because I read it straight through and I wanted to see what was gonna happen next. So it kept my attention. And I think even now, putting it on film, it's really going to keep people's attention because you want to see what's going to happen. You're going to cheer for certain characters. You're going to, be like, I don't know about certain characters, but it's going to put you in it's going to entertain you.
So this film is very highly anticipated.
Yes.
There's a lot of hype. You know how it's a lot of hype.
know.
The city's turned up right now over Win for Losing.
Yeah.
Are you proud to say,
Oh yeah,
I'm that guy in this movie.
most definitely.
Yes.
It was for me. It was funny because when the poster came out, Bo sent it to us. You can't show nobody yet, and I'm like, what do you mean? What would you send it to me? No, but I said no. I got you. But when I saw the poster, I was like, yes. And then we had to do some voiceover work. So during the voiceover work, I got to see some of the footage. I'm like, come on, man, y'all doing y'all thing. So I'm super excited, and for me, it's I'm always humble and I'm always waiting my turn, and I'm just blessed to have a couple of movies coming out right now, and it's so funny because Win for Losing, it's one of those things where I got to play a character where I wasn't the bad guy. Or I was just trying to make things happen, and so it was really cool. And working with China and you guys, it was cool. In China, we had a lot of scenes together, so that dynamic and us playing off of each other, it was organic and it was cool and real.
You got some other projects that just dropped.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
You work with apps as well, didn't you?
I did. Omar Gooden, yeah. Omar Gooden. It's called Fatal Witness.
Okay.
It's out on Tubi now. And then my movie that I co-directed and produced, and it was written by Alvern Ball and Aaron Lewis, and Jamani Anamdi was my executive producer, produced by Rochelle Cowan, Nicole Desiree, and Antoine McKay, Bunky from Empire. He's in it, but he also co-directed with me, as well as Edward Williams III, Frederick. And so we got some heavy hitters in it. Harold Dennis, who's in Win for Losing as well, and it's a lot of dope people. And I was just really excited about it dropping. And it's so funny because now that dropped, Bo and the guys came out to the red carpet premiere. It was super dope. I mean, that's support and love. And then a week later, it's like we getting ready for another red carpet, and I'm like, man, God is good.
Yes.
So you got Roman, you got Fatal Witness. Now we got Win for Losing, and then I'm waiting to see what Bo got written next. I told him, I said, I don't care what you do, you better put me in that movie, brother, because I'm with you. And I mean, and Will Gates, man, it's so funny. Me and Will Gates go back, and I got some old pictures. I think I sent them one where we was on the doing the video with NL Chopper. Chop was it NL Chopper? Who was that? Chemo. Yeah, but we did another one with Chopper too. I got the picture. He do so many he can't remember. But this brother, I seen him grow and watching him grow. And then seeing that dynamic between him and Bo G, like they work. It's like peanut butter and jelly, ham and burger, spaghetti and meatball. Like they like bow, the yin and the yang, boom, 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 right off each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's super dope.
This is a Pop Hefner moment right here, right? I'm gonna tell you a story, right, about Will. Man, I want to say about 6 years ago. Okay, wait a minute, maybe 7 years ago. Okay, I was trying to help an artist by the name of big old Mr. 290. I took him to New York. We did some work out there with Cuban Link. He reminded me, man, of actually Big Pun a little bit, you know. And I was just, at the time, doing street teaming for Def Jam and figuring out my niche in poetry and networking and moving around. And we went to go to Atlanta to shoot a music video for him. And I met Will Gates that day. It was a lot going on in Atlanta that week. Jeezy was there. I had the content. I got a little quick drop and all that from Jeezy. We performed. We had a great time. But we went to go shoot a music video, and we deep in the trenches somewhere. You hear me? We in the A, deep in the trenches.
Right.
I got my black van. It's a hood van, like an 18 van, black tins. Anyway, long story short, we parked by an abandoned building and walked over some tracks. You know, we want some of that real footage, you know? Man, we look up 15 minutes later, bro, the windows is busted on the truck.
Dang.
They done stole my hard drive with Jeezy stuff on it. They done took big old 2 phones. Oh, we was sick. But Will Gates was in the trenches, man, shooting music videos 6-7 years ago. You know, now he's, you know, one of the top production teams in Chicago
definitely,
shooting movies. So salute to you, Will Gates, you know? Let's keep it moving. Where you from in Chicago?
Man, west side of Chicago, born and raised in the village, baby.
In the village?
West side, in the Ville.
God, okay.
Hey, I was about to say something, but I ain't gonna say it because don't nobody need to know that part of my life.
It's
But yeah,
it's
I was
man.
raised
What's
on the
up?
west side. I always tell people all the time, they see me doing the motivational speaking and the acting, I be like, don't let the smooth taste fool you. I came from that stuff. But, you know, thanks to God and my mother, man, I made it out. And I saw a lot of my homies lose it, you know, whether it was jail, dead, or strung out, or, you know, and it's one of those things where I never take it for granted, and I'm blessed, and I'm glad about where I came from because it taught me a lot. Knowing the streets and knowing the office is a blessing because a lot of people don't have the best of both worlds.
Said, but what took you from the upbringing of at a young age in Chicago to not only the motivational speaking, but to be so driven in doing acting?
So, a lot of people, if you read my book, you know my book is Through the Eyes of a Man. It's on Amazon. Through the Eyes of a Man.
Okay.
I couldn't read till I was in the 6th grade. People always told me what I couldn't do, what I couldn't be. And my mom told me, never let somebody's opinion become your reality. And even when I couldn't read, I knew the verse, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I came from over 100 years of ministry. My great-grandfather, Hobson Jackson. My grandfather, Johnny Jackson. On my mother's side, that's my mother's dad. And my father's dad, Samuel Henderson, is a pastor. What I do is ministry, my uncle. And so I knew, I had faith, and I knew what to do. It was just always doing it. And every time somebody told me I couldn't do something, I did it. And I went to college. I played basketball and football, played a little pro football. A lot of people know that story. And when I got hurt and couldn't play anymore, it was like, what you gonna do? And I started doing some modeling and stuff. And because of my personality, this cat was like, man, you'll be real good to host my show. I'm like, nigga, could I say nigga? Nigga? I'm like, man, get out of here. You ain't got no show. You know how people talk. And he had a local show on KNTV. I started doing it and started getting booked to host like open mics and all kind of stuff. And then I had an audition for Barbershop.
Okay.
I didn't have a headshot. I didn't have a resume. I was auditioning for remember the role of the Black Panther, the one that walked in the shop and was like, I'm gonna start shooting, they gonna start shooting, and we all gonna be up in here shooting. I went in there dressed like a Black Panther, had on my fingerless gloves. I had Eldridge Cleaver's book in my hand. I had a tam on. I went in there, and you heard of Sharon King. She was the big casting director there. And she said, where did you come from? And I was like, I didn't know what to say. And then she was like, no. She goes, you have it. She said, you know what I want you to do? I want you to take classes. That next weekend, I was enrolled in Second City. My instructor, Brian, was like, you've never acted before? I'm like, no. I started off doing comedy, right? And that next week, he introduced me to his agent, Arlene Wilson. I got my first agent before I even had my resume done. I started booking while I was in classes. But that's how everybody, it's because of the drive. And I wouldn't give up, and I kept going. Moved out to LA. I was in LA for 2 months before I got in the Screen Actors Guild. Been in the guild since '05. But, and you know, there was ups and downs. And I was told no a lot. But I live by the thing, know your vitamin. You know, when you take vitamins, you get stronger. Your immune system built up. Every time somebody told me no, why is it no? What can I do to get the yes? Where do I have to go? And that drive and being an athlete, it drove me. And that's why I ended up, that's why I'm where I'm at now. And that's why I just always pour into people, because I believe that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't give up.
On it.
No.
I don't want to get to the little three people yet. I do want to ask, what projects do you have now that people can look forward to year 2023?
Man, so like I said, Roman, Fatal Witness, Win for Losing. Then I have Till Death Do Us. That's going to be dropping after Win for Losing. And I have a couple things in the work that I'm waiting to do. And like I said, I'm looking forward to what's next with Bo and Will and Tony. I know they got something in the works. So, you know, whatever I got to do, I got to cut my hair, I got to bulk up, slim down, whatever I got to do. I'm ready to do it, shave my beard. But it's just, I'm always ready. And I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Or if I have to get ready, the process ain't going to be too long. And I'm just ready, man. I'm ready.
Simeon has a dope podcast too. Y'all need to look for the revamp.
Oh, check it out. And everybody, I did my first TED Talk. I did a TED Talk.
Okay.
So I wanted to say that because, you know, you see people like us and where we come from, and we're intelligent. We got a lot, but stepping in those different rooms and those different levels, like, people need to see that, and they need to know that, hey man, it's way more to this thing, and there's other things that you can do. So I'm good.
It's that time. 3 topics, 3 people, whatever come off the top of your head, give it to us, okay? Number 1, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen.
Let's talk about Scottie.
Man, I'm gonna talk about Scottie like this.
Yeah?
Michael Jordan wouldn't have won his first championship without Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was a beast. He was hungry. He was an underdog. He came from nothing. And
they paid him less.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but see, being an underdog, he was hungry, and he did what he had to do. So when I see somebody like him, I honor that drive and that commitment to excellence. But then he got to a point where he wouldn't take no more bullshit, and he was like, hey, either y'all pay me or I ain't playing. And I wasn't mad at him because, hey, it's time for him to get his just due, just like everybody else. So Scottie Pippen was a cool guy, and I got to meet him, so he's a real cool guy.
Okay. Scottie, I heard he a pimp too. But, okay.
I was going to leave that part out.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, super talented. Dude, I got to meet Jamie Foxx when I was living in LA. Super cool brother. Down to earth. He'll talk to you, give you advice. I watch, he's multi-talented. Looking at people like Jamie Foxx gives me the drive to keep going, because with him it's limitless. And he'll do it. And then on the other end of that, you know, my prayers have been up for him lately because he was battling some things.
I was just about to say that.
Physically.
Prayers up for Jamie Foxx.
So
and
prayers
his whole
up for
family.
him big time, man. And he's a great guy, great actor, and not only a great actor, singer, and all that. He's a cool person from when I met him.
Dope. This last one. It's got to be interesting. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is a goddamn fool. I said it. Donald Trump is a damn fool. And let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you like this: growing up in the hood, listening to hip hop and R&B, especially hip hop, a lot of hip hop artists use Donald Trump in their music. I love Donald Trump growing up. I was like, man, look at this dude. He got all this money. He doing this. He got Trump Towers. But when I say that, what I said is that some things don't need to be said out loud. And he didn't care. He said what he wanted to say, did what he wanted to do, and he didn't have no chill, as we would say it. And so when I say he's a goddamn fool, I say that about a lot of people that do stuff like that. But no disrespect. It's just that when you move and when you're in the public eye, and especially if you're the president and you're moving in certain ways in certain areas, and you have to know your audience. You have to know you can say this here and you can't say this here. You have to give a.
He don't give a fuck.
But you have to.
Donald Trump don't give a fuck.
I know, and that's why I say what I said. So you know, hey, props to him for all the success he's had as a
What's
businessman.
Poppin' podcast. We're gonna do one bonus one, okay? P. Diddy.
No, I ain't doing it.
Huh? Come on now.
I ain't doing it.
P. Diddy.
I ain't doing
P. Diddy. One time for the P. Diddy. Family.
I ain't doing it. I can't
Hey,
do
look,
it.
it's your
I ain't
boy
doing it.
Ogiepop. I tried. You hear me? Ain't no P. Diddy parties going on right here. It's your boy Ogiepop. Look, this message is for Usher and Chris Brown. Power to the people, baby. You know, stop the violence, baby. What's poppin'? Ogiepop, Simeon Henderson, Win for Losing, dropping June 4th. Let's get it, baby.
Be symbolic, baby. Always be your best. Talking about the movie Win for Losing, it's gonna be a super dope movie. Make sure you check it out. Support is going down. I love the interview. Sitting down with Pop. He cool, he crazy, but you know, he do his thing. And make sure you check me out on all social media platforms at Simeon Henderson. Make sure you follow and